There is a specific professional rush that comes when your code compiles flawlessly and a logic executes exactly as designed. The app is live, the database is primed, you deploy the build to production, and your dashboard shows 0 active users. Software logic dictates that pushing an update creates an immediate functional result. Many developers assume user acquisition operates the same way, expecting that pushing a campaign will make traffic arrive instantly. But treating marketing like a script you execute once will burn your runway. Throwing cash at an isolated LinkedIn ad or publishing a single blog post doesn't guarantee a sustainable audience. It usually just optimizes for vanity metrics while your actual sales stay flat. To survive the SaaS market, you have to abandon the binary pass-fail logic of software deployment and embrace an ongoing, messy, and predictably slow operational mindset. In software development, data is absolute. The application either runs perfectly, or the system generates an error log pointing directly to the broken syntax. Applying that same absolute trust to a marketing dashboard will ruin your budget. Take a Google Ads campaign I inherited for a business-to-business SaaS product. The prior manager saw high click-through rates and low costs per click and celebrated the data. This is a flowchart showing the actual distribution of that ad spend. The algorithm funneled our budget into the cheapest clicks it could find, showing enterprise software ads almost exclusively to kids watching Minecraft tutorials. Low costs and high clicks are meaningless if the algorithm serves your product to a demographic that lacks a corporate credit card. Marketing data is inherently noisy. It requires the context of your actual target audience. And even when you do find the right audience, you run into the second major hurdle, the timeline. You are used to the instant feedback loop of the terminal window, but organic reach operates on a glacial scale. We once completely restructured a website and published a network of supporting blog posts to capture specific competitor keywords. 1 week later, nothing. 3 weeks in, we finally secured our very first impression, at position 98. Naturally, nobody clicked. This line graph plots search ranking over time. You see the flat line near position 100 initially. But we kept testing and tweaking. Months later, we dragged that average position up to number 8, finally securing real traffic and actual conversions. Building visibility takes extreme patience. You plant the seeds, water them consistently, and wait, knowing that cause and effect in user acquisition are separated by massive delays. A solitary viral post or an isolated ad campaign will not carry your brand indefinitely. You cannot launch one product demo video and expect it to generate signups forever. Instead, you need to architect a self-sustaining marketing ecosystem. This structural diagram illustrates the hierarchy. At the top tier, you build awareness by consistently showing up in the exact places your audience spends their time, like specific subreddits or industry blogs. Those organic efforts are then amplified with targeted paid ads, forcing visibility and actively channeling that awareness downward into consistent website traffic. All of that traffic then hits the conversion point. A smooth user interface and a frictionless journey step in to convince a visitor to hand over their email address and sign up. Once they are in the system, the architecture shifts to a continuous loop of nurturing. Regular, relevant email marketing keeps your product on their radar, reminding them why they signed up. The end goal of this entire architecture is a customer loyalty loop. Provide a great product experience and prevent churn, and those retained users become advocates who feed new users right back into the top of the funnel. Generating consistent revenue does not rely on a magic growth hack. It requires a carefully architected system designed to capture, hold, and direct human attention across multiple interconnected touchpoints over time. If you are a developer stepping into this space, you already possess the analytical, problem-solving mindset required to run this ecosystem. You just need to translate your vocabulary. When marketers run A/B tests on copy or visuals, they are simply testing variables and algorithms. You still make data-driven decisions. You just apply them to human behavior instead of machine logic. And when a campaign flops, refining it over months is identical to the meticulous, line-by-line process of debugging faulty code until it finally compiles. So here is your next task. Stop writing landing pages that list your software's technical specifications. Take one feature and write about the specific, frustrating problem it solves for the end user. When you stop treating user acquisition like a binary script and start debugging your messaging for genuine human connection, you bridge the gap between a great technical build
and a market that understands its value.